Kentucky beat out North Carolina and Washington for Reece Potter. Pope is doing an awesome job in Kentucky. This guy is Kentucky himself. Let's get to the news. In a move that is already being seen as a game-changer in Kentucky basketball recruiting, the program led by Mark Pope has secured the signing of Reece Potter, a player whose arrival not only strengthens the roster for next season, but also reaffirms the drawing power and strategic ability of Pope and his coaching staff. The close competition with historic giants like the North Carolina Tar Heels and Washington Huskies demonstrates the level of excellence that Kentucky continues to seek and achieve in its roster. Potter, a native of Lexington, returns to his roots after 2 impressive seasons in Miami, OH. His journey from the high school courts at Lexington Catholic to his growing role at the university is a clear example of technical and mental development. Now, he'll join one of the most storied programs in the United States. Choosing Kentucky over aggressive approaches from programs like Washington and North Carolina reflects both the charisma and personal connection Pope has built with his players and the unshakable prestige UK has in the sports world. Travis Perry's departure created a crucial spot on the Wildcats roster, and Pope responded quickly and decisively. By bringing in Potter, Kentucky not only filled that void, but also added a player who can contribute immediately, especially considering Jaden Quaintance's injury early next season. This situation creates a real opportunity for Potter to show his worth on the court, even in a highly competitive and talented group. With Brandon Garrison, Malachi Moreno, Andrija Jelovic, and Muhammad Dubat also in the rotation, the Wildcats' frontcourt promises to be one of the most versatile and deep in the country. Mark Pope's work in this deal deserves special mention. Since taking over the program, Pope has shown a remarkable ability to identify specific needs on the roster and find effective solutions. Not only did he bring in Potter, but he did so at a critical time, ensuring the team remains competitive without compromising its future. Additionally, the win over such storied programs as North Carolina and Washington demonstrates that Kentucky is still seen as an ideal destination for many players, regardless of the competition. Potter's decision also reflects something larger: the emotional and cultural appeal that Kentucky holds for its athletes. As a Lexington native, he grew up admiring the Wildcats and now has the chance to wear the blue and white jersey, representing his hometown on a national stage. That kind of authentic connection is something Pope has masterfully cultivated, understanding that recruiting is about more than just stats and athletic potential. It's about creating a narrative that resonates with players and their personal journeys. Looking ahead, the addition of Potter has several positive implications for Kentucky. First, it reinforces the idea that the program is committed to building a balanced roster that can compete in both the short and long term. Second, it demonstrates that Pope has the vision and flexibility to adjust the roster as new opportunities or challenges arise. And finally, it reiterates Kentucky's status as a beacon for players looking to grow and excel in college basketball. With the addition of Reece Potter, the Wildcats not only expand their tactical options, but they will also be in a strong position to compete for a title this season. While other teams struggled to attract the center, it was Kentucky that managed to land him, proving once again that when it comes to college basketball, few can rival the combination of tradition and strategy, and of course, with a touch of Mark Pope. Let's move on. The Kentucky Wildcats offensive line is undergoing a significant transformation this offseason, and the arrival of Ball State transfer Rob Fogler is another important step in that process. The group has been reshaped with a combination of experienced veterans and new talent that promises to add depth and versatility to the Wildcats' offense. Fogler's decision to commit to Kentucky reinforces the program's growing reputation as an attractive destination for players seeking growth and development opportunities in the competitive SEC. Fogler, a Cincinnati, Chi, St. Xavier native, brings with him solid starting experience from his 2 seasons at Ball State. Despite still being a redshirt sophomore, he has already demonstrated the maturity to compete at a high level, having been assigned to left tackle in spring practice. Under new Ball State head coach Mike Uramovich, his entry into the transfer portal on April 16th opened the door to a number of opportunities, and his final choice by Kentucky reflects the trust he has in the program to maximize his potential. With 3 years of eligibility remaining after 2025, Fogler represents a valuable asset to the team's future. He arrives in Lexington at a crucial time as the program looks to stabilize its offensive line after a series of significant changes. The departure of Wallace Unamba, who left the Wildcats during the spring transfer window to join Virginia, created a void that needed to be filled. Fogler now joins a revamped group of players, including 5 other offensive line transfers signed this offseason, bringing the total number of scholarship offensive linemen on the roster to 14. That's a contrast to the previous roster when only Jager Burton, Jalen Farmer, Abba Selm, Hayes Johnson, and Malachi Wood remained as key players. The addition of Fogler and other reinforcements signals a clear effort by the coaching staff to build a robust and competitive unit capable of handling the SEC's aggressive defenses. Additionally, his versatility at left tackle provides offensive coordinator Bush Hamdan with tactical flexibility, allowing him to explore different formations and strategies to optimize the offense. Fogler's recruitment also highlights Mark Stoops and his staff's ability to identify and attract underrated or transitioning talent. Although he only spent 2 seasons at Ball State, his early performance and physical potential caught the attention of Kentucky recruiters. Fogler has the ideal profile to thrive in the SEC: size, strength, and athleticism that can be refined over time under the guidance of Wolford and his coaching staff. This focus on young players with room to grow is a reflection of the program's long-term philosophy of not only seeking immediate results, but also the continued development of its players. Fogler's addition is particularly significant because it joins a series of strategic moves that have shaped the offensive line room. He is the 5th recruiting win during the spring transfer cycle, an impressive number that demonstrates the priority given to this position. With so many new pieces on the board, there will be fierce competition within the team, which should raise the overall performance level of the group. For Fogler, this means he will have a chance to prove himself early on as he fights for minutes, and a chance to establish himself as a starter. In the larger context, the hiring of Rob Fogler is yet another example of the evolution of Kentucky football under Mark Stoops. Not only has the program sought to solidify its position in the SEC, but it has also worked to create a culture of difference and competition at all positions. With the addition of Fogler and other additions, the Wildcats' offensive line is getting a new lease on life, and fans can expect to see a positive impact on this team. Welcome to Big Blue Nation, Rob. Kentucky fans are eager to see what you can accomplish in the blue and white. Let us know in the comments.